Hello everyone, we're going to take a look at 2.09, Making Better Choices. This module again has a standard assignment and then a standard with honors assignment, so there's two different sections here. The lesson itself for this module here is relatively short, but it's trying to get people to understand the concept that there are many different solutions to individualized problems, and that those solutions sometimes have ramifications. They have negative consequences. And there could be some solutions that are better than other solutions. So this whole lesson is just designed to get you guys to have an idea of how to better tackle complicated issues. So let's take a look. So the first thing we want to understand here is when we're trying to solve a societal problem or issue is understanding our what's the rational expectation of the general population. Now we all understand that there are small minority groups out there that are going to act irrationally, but we're trying to look at the larger general population and how will that general population typically behave, and what will they do. So in the rational decision-making model, the first thing you want to do is define the situation problem. So in this example, they take a look at sea turtles. And we have a problem of having too much artificial light out there at the beaches, and it's a problem for sea turtles. So how do we then go ahead and help evaluate this process? So we want to identify the criteria for evaluating potential solutions for that artificial light. What can we do there? So they walk you through the whole process of what are some questions and then some decision criteria that can be used to help work through that solution. Then we can find some potential solutions, whether it's public awareness, printing out flyers, knocking door to door, internet campaigns, commercials, radio advertisements, whatever it is. Then you want to figure out and evaluate the potential solutions against what your overall goal is, what's your criteria. And there are some potential drawbacks. So they give an example here of, hey, if we want to make people aware of artificial light, we can, for the sea turtles, we can print out a bunch of flyers to help save the sea turtles. But the problem is, when you're printing out all those flyers, are you increasing your overall carbon footprint? Are you going to just create flyers that people throw away on the ground and that creates litter? And all these things are negative externalities. It's a negative cost to society, and it's actually having a negative pushback. So we have to then come up with what is our best option out of all the options we have. What's the best one? So that's what this lesson is designed for you guys to look at here. Is there's a problem, multiple options, what are the negative impacts of some of those options, what's the best potential solution. So for the assignment for all the students, everyone has to go through a rational decision-making model, and you're going to click on that link for the template, and in that template, I'll show you that template in a second here, you're going to define the situation or problem. It could be something on any of these issues here, animal rights or censorship, water quality. It could be minimum wage, food scarcity, disaster preparedness. You can find lots of information if you look up, things for FEMA or, internet censorship. There are lots of info out there. You're going to identify the criteria for evaluating potential solutions. You will list out 3 questions specific to your issue. So pick any of those 3 here in that template, let me just show you that template here real quick. So in the template, you put your name on there, what's the issue, what are your questions, and then the decision criteria for those questions. And then you're going to list out in step 3 4 potential solutions. So if we go back to it here, in step 3, for the purpose of this assignment, you want to identify 4 potential solutions to your problem there. And then in step 4, you're going to evaluate 2 potential solutions. Out of those 4, what are 2 of them? So you're going to give a little bit more analysis. So you have those 4 there. Then evaluate the potential solutions against your criteria. And then lastly, you have choosing your best option, and then why you have chosen that best option there. So you basically just kind of filling out that whole format. If you want to go back to the earlier pages, you can take a look at what they did for the sea turtles, and that walks you through the whole process. So that's for everyone. And on page 4 of 4, we have the honors assignment. This one is trying to get you to understand the law and how with a government, if they're pushing forth legal mandates, how there might be backlash, how some groups might be more affected either positively or negatively to it. So what is our dilemma, and then if we have a solution, what are some of the impacts of that solution? So your steps are, you're going to identify that issue, what are some of the potential legal solutions for it, and then in step 2, who's going to be affected, why might people resist this? So if you had something like raising the minimum wage, you might have low wage workers will be best impacted. You might have some small businesses that might be resistant to that change. You might have local governments either in favor of it because they might collect more tax revenue from those higher wages, and they might see that there's a greater incentive to work, and there's more people making more money, and that could bring about a higher level of economic growth. But there might be a few small businesses here or there that might be negatively impacted, and they might have a large voice, and they might have an outsized voice. So you're trying to evaluate some of the issues, and what are some of the legal solutions? Is it a mandate, or is it just hey, let people do what they want? But a finished example of what that would look like here, that they continued on with that sea turtle example, is here they identified the situation, and then went through and answered those 4 questions, and then evaluated the legal solution. So that is for the honors assignment. So remember, if you're an honors student, you got to do both the standard and the honors. If you're a standard student, you're going to do just that first one there. All right, hope that helps out. Take care, guys.